For years, people have reported glimpses of something massive, something watching from the shadows. Today, we're diving into some jaw-dropping footage captured by trail cams, dash cams, drones, and even everyday people like you and me. Some sightings are brief, some are terrifying, but all are real enough to make you question what's out there, just beyond the trees. Watch closely, because once you see it, you'll start to wonder if we're the ones being watched.
Jesus.
If you thought that first encounter was unsettling, this next one turns the page to something even more surprising. Deep in the woods, a trail camera set up to monitor wildlife captured a scene no one was prepared for. Watch this. Right there in the frame, you can see what appears to be a massive Bigfoot and a smaller one dragging a deer. Some viewers believe the adult was teaching the juvenile how to hunt. But the real question is, how many times have these creatures passed through our forests without us noticing? And how many moments like this have gone completely unseen? This next encounter happened during a family celebration on Christmas Day, 2014, in northern Minnesota. While the family was filming their holiday gathering, the camera accidentally picked up something moving outside in the snow.
Say Merry Christmas, everyone!
Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas!
The tree.
What was that?
Oh my god. Did you see that?
Something's behind the garage. Oh, you're going to
no.
after him. We're real scared of them. Raph! You stay here, Raph. You stay here.
Let me get closer.
Where the heck are you going?
I don't know. I hear something though. I still hear it.
Smells it.
You guys hear it?
Yeah. Well, there's something moving straight. Well, it's coming on this side, Brent.
Yeah, it is. Riff! Come on, Riff!
What the hell?
What they captured was chilling. A massive Sasquatch walking slowly around the house and across the yard, as if inspecting the property. But the moment that truly shook the family was when their dog bolted outside, barking furiously, only to sprint back completely terrified. It's one thing to see something strange out of the corner of your eye. It's another when the family dog, the one that charges at everything, suddenly acts like it just met a predator far outside its weight class. For that family, Christmas 2014 became a day no one would ever forget. Up next is a clip from a group of friends who went camping deep in the woods, the kind of place where the silence feels too thick, too heavy. On one of the nights, long after the fire died down, they heard slow and heavy footsteps circling their campsite. The footsteps eventually drifted farther away, and that's when they got brave enough to step outside and check. Their camera picked up a massive figure moving between the trees, almost effortless in the darkness. The group argued for hours about what they had just seen. If that wasn't Bigfoot, then what on earth was it? This next clip is one of those encounters that still makes people uneasy. A group of hikers set out on what was supposed to be a calm afternoon trail, but the forest had other plans. Because of all the things they expected to come across out there, a Bigfoot was the last, and not the kind that quietly slips between the trees, minding its own business. This one was different, erratic, violent, and moving with a kind of raw aggression that clearly wasn't meant to be ignored. What they captured that day still fuels debate over whether it was real. Yet whatever the truth, the terror in their voices speaks louder than the footage ever could. After seeing how violently that last encounter unfolded, this next clip feels like turning the page into something even stranger, something that pushes the limits of what any human should be capable of. This footage comes from Russia, recorded back in 2015. The moment you watch it, you'd agree. There's no way this is a man in a costume. No person has the sheer size, weight, and effortless speed to move through rough forest terrain like that. Whatever it was, it moved with the confidence of something that belonged there, something that knew those woods far better than any human. In this next clip, a man was out exploring the wild, hoping to capture the kind of footage every outdoorsman dreams of. When he first noticed a massive shape moving between the trees, he thought he was finally getting his first clean shot of a bear. But the longer he stared, the clearer it became. That was no bear. Some say Bigfoot has an uncanny awareness of its surroundings, able to sense eyes on it long before anyone realizes what they're looking at. Others believe these beings move through the forest like ghosts, slipping in and out of view as if they've mapped every inch of the terrain long before humans ever set foot there, and somehow this clip feels like a glimpse of that. This next footage comes out of Wisconsin, where a towering figure was caught on camera moving through the trees with a massive branch in its hand. Residents in that region have long claimed that Bigfoot sometimes drags or snaps large branches to signal warnings, the same way gorillas beat on trees or chest thump to assert dominance. And somehow, this clip fits that pattern too well. It almost feels like the creature wasn't wandering, but was on guard. So was this Bigfoot preparing for something, or was it responding to something we couldn't see in the frame? This next encounter happened in Kansas. Far from the dense forests most people associate with Bigfoot, a group of campers was conducting a full sweep of the area when they saw this.
What is that?
Looks like what's in the book. Or we imagine it because we read that book.
There it goes again. He's sneaky, dude.
What on earth?
That's not a deer.
He's
bear.
dead. That can't be that's not a cow. It's walking on 2 feet. But its jaw's hanging. See, its jaw's flopping.
Where's Wilson?
He went in the bathroom, I think.
He's
missing. I'm going to show him this video.
I'm going to try to get it.
I'll show him. Oh my goodness.
At first, one of them thought their eyes were playing tricks. She blinked, thinking it was a shadow, anything but what it really was. But the longer they stared, the more undeniable it became. When they replayed the footage later, the shock hit all over again. The proportions were wrong. Too tall, too broad, too smooth in its movements to be human. In this next clip, a filmmaker was using a drone to capture sweeping footage of a remote forest for a nature documentary, expecting only trees and the usual wildlife. But then something caught the lens. The drone footage reveals a massive, upright figure moving between the trees, far larger than any human could be. Some believe that Bigfoot may have territories spanning miles, using elevated paths, natural cover, and intelligence to remain unseen by humans. So until more aerial footage emerges, this remains a mystery. Now let's move back to ground level. Deep in southern Ontario, where an explorer decided to test his luck in some of the region's densest woods. As he walked, the forest seemed quiet, almost still, until a sharp cracking sound caught his attention, like someone, or something, breaking nuts underfoot. Curiosity took over, and he moved closer.
I'm seeing it now. I think that's it. Oh, creamers everywhere. Oh, look at that. What the hell am I looking at? I'm looking down there. I don't see it at all with my eye, but I can kind of see it on the screen. It's gone now. Holy. There it is. Is probably, look at here. It's probably like, I don't know, 150 feet away. Shit. I'm right out in open. I got on a tree.
After seeing this, he tried to provoke a reaction, making noise to see if the creature would respond. Watch this.
It's not even... Wait, where is it? Where's it going? Look at this. Holy... freak. I can hear it moving. You see that just got up and... Holy... I don't know if I should go over there. It's going.
He cautiously approached the area where it had been standing earlier, scanning the forest floor and the surrounding trees for signs.
Crap. Look at this. There's some apples. And look at this. Nuts. Listen. There's hair. There's hair all over the place. I gotta collect some of this. Look at this. Holy.
It wasn't long before the creature reappeared in the distance at the top left of the screen, just moments before the dog barked.
Gotta top it off. There's freaking dogs out here.
Observers point out that this behavior, appearing, disappearing, and seemingly monitoring intruders, aligns with reports of Bigfoot across North America. Many accounts describe these creatures as highly intelligent, aware of their surroundings, and capable of moving silently through terrain that would trip up most humans. And here's the unsettling part. Even when it disappears from view, there's a lingering sense that it hasn't left, that it's still watching from somewhere just beyond sight. From the forested trails of Ontario, we now move to another night encounter, one that reminds us just how elusive these creatures can be. Watch this. Some researchers argue that night sightings like this are rare because these creatures are intelligent enough to avoid humans whenever possible. Others believe the nocturnal movement could be linked to foraging or patrolling territory. So look closely, watch the movement, and then ask yourself, what really walked through these woods that night? Just when you think these creatures only watch from the shadows, this next clip shows what happens when something dares to enter their space. After 2 weeks of surveillance, a remote trail camera finally captured a clear image at a shelter site, a place that had long drawn curiosity from local researchers. The figure caught on camera doesn't look pleased. Whatever this creature is, it reacts as though its territory has been violated. Some speculate it could be the same being that authorities believe left human remains nearby, evidence of a stash site that's remained hidden until now. Until more footage surfaces or the mystery of the stash site is fully understood, this remains unsolved. In this next clip, a movie production was underway during a caribou migration when the camera unexpectedly captured something else entirely. According to the cameraman and co-director, no human with a backpack, bicycle, or black suit, and certainly no black bear, was within 200 miles of this herd. Yet the footage shows a dark, upright figure moving through the tundra at a speed that seems almost impossible. He points out that any non-believer should try approaching a caribou on foot. Even the fastest human would struggle within 200 yards, driven back by the herd's survival instincts. Yet this figure moves effortlessly, keeping up with the animals, its awareness and agility far beyond what a human could manage. This next clip takes us back decades to 1994, a time long before AI, deep in the forests where legends have lingered for generations. Paul Freeman, an experienced mountain man who knew every animal in the forest, captured this footage. Take a look.
Can't see much up through here. I hear the brush popping and stuff. Oh, there he goes. Jesus. Get up here where I can see him real quick. Get up here. Get a better picture.
What makes this encounter chilling isn't just the image on camera, but the reaction it provoked. Years later, Paul's son revealed that he had never seen his father scared, until the day Paul described this encounter. And for a man who spent his life tracking, hunting, and observing wildlife, that says something. Many believe this was a Bigfoot, caught clearly on film at a time when video manipulation wasn't even conceivable. And even decades later, those who study the footage still feel the same unease Paul must have felt in that forest that day. And now we move to another chilling encounter, deep within the shadowed forests of Washington, a place where the trees grow thick and silence can be deceiving. Take a closer look and let me know what you see, because even in the quiet of the woods, some presences are impossible to ignore. In this next clip, a man was scouting the woods for hunting season when he noticed something moving through the trees. At first, it ducked down into the brush, almost disappearing entirely. Moments later, the creature reappeared, moving deeper into the forest. Watch. According to the man, he was terrified, yet couldn't resist trying to get a better look. The way it moved, fast, deliberate, and eerily silent, made it impossible to follow. And in seconds, it vanished from sight. He believes this may have been a Bigfoot or a Sasquatch. He even recalled another sighting as a teenager, but says this encounter was closer, clearer, and far easier to distinguish from a bear or a human. In the following video, a woman and her husband took their kids out for some target practice, the sound of gunfire echoing through the trees. But all the while, a helicopter hovered overhead, circling repeatedly, its presence increasingly annoying. At first, they assumed the people inside were simply curious about what the family was doing. It wasn't until they reviewed the footage later that the real reason became clear.
Okay. Targets. Okay. Oh, nice. Close. Try.
You got it.
You gonna try the shotgun? Whoa. Whoa, that was a big kick. You okay, Brock? You okay? Let's see, did you get anything? Ooh.
In the video, a dark figure moves quickly through the trees, unmistakably upright, nimble, and covered in fur. It darts between the trunks, almost as if trying to avoid being seen. After seeing the figure, they came to a startling conclusion. The helicopter wasn't following them. It was following the creature. This next clip was captured in the forests of Calgary, Alberta, where one family's quiet riverside walk turned into something they'll never forget. As they strolled along the river's edge, the air was still, the forest eerily calm, until they noticed movement ahead.
Look. That's not human. It's not a human. It faces here at first, but no. That is not a human.
Oh my God.
Before they could get their camera on it, the creature had already walked a few feet, turned its head, and looked directly at them. Then, suddenly, it crouched low, as if deciding whether to run or attack. Mysteries like these remind us how much of our world remains unexplored and unknown. So next time you're out in nature, keep your eyes open. You never know what might be watching you from just beyond the trees.